I, 29 male, am typing this from my laptop while sitting across from a detective who's taking my statement. The fraud investigator next to him is going through printed bank statements with a highlighter. My ex-girlfriend just committed the dumbest crime of her life and documented it all for me. 3 days ago, I got a text from Veronica, 27, my ex of 2 months. Hey baby, just wanted you to know I maxed out all your credit cards. Every single one. Sue me if you want, I don't care. Consider it payment for wasting 2 years of my life. Kiss mark. My response, okay. Her response, that's it? Okay. LMAO, you're such a pushover. Thanks for the shopping spree, loser. Here's what Veronica didn't know. I work in IT security for a financial firm. I know exactly how credit card fraud investigations work. I know what evidence prosecutors need. And I know that texting someone to brag about committing felony fraud is monumentally stupid. We dated for 2 years. Broke up 2 months ago when I caught her cheating with her CrossFit instructor. Cliché, I know. She moved out of my apartment immediately. Thought that was the end of it. During our relationship, she'd occasionally use my cards for groceries or gas when we were together. Had my card info saved in her phone for convenience. Never occurred to me to tell her to delete it after the breakup. My mistake. After her text, immediately logged into my accounts. Chase Sapphire, $12,800 in charges. MX Gold, $9,600 in charges. Capital One, $7,200 in charges. Discover, $2,400 in charges. Total, $32,000 in 3 days. The purchases? Designer bags, jewelry, electronics, furniture, airline tickets, hotel bookings. Girl went absolutely nuclear. Called each card company. Reported fraud. They asked if I knew who did it. Yes, my ex-girlfriend. I have written confession via text. Could practically hear them salivating. Open and shut case. But here's where it gets good. Veronica, in her infinite wisdom, had everything shipped to her new apartment. Used her real name for hotel bookings. Posted Instagram stories wearing the stolen merchandise with captions like retail therapy courtesy of my ex face blowing a kiss. And when he thinks breaking up means you stop getting benefits. Screenshot everything. Downloaded her posts. Saved all metadata. Then I called the police. Update 1. The last week has been a masterclass in watching someone destroy their own life through sheer entitlement and stupidity. After filing the police report, Detective Morrison called me back within 2 days. Apparently, Veronica made their job embarrassingly easy. She didn't just use my cards, she signed up for store credit cards using my SSN, which she had from when we applied for an apartment together. That elevated things from credit card fraud to identity theft. Federal territory. Detective Morrison. In 20 years, I've never seen someone document their crimes this thoroughly. She basically prosecuted herself. While the investigation ramped up, Veronica was living her best life on social media. Some highlights. Some boys buy you flowers after breakup. Others involuntarily buy you Chanel. Know your worth, ladies' nail polish. That moment when your ex is too scared to do anything about you, thriving money mouth face. Tag me in one. Thanks at username for the investment in my happiness. Her friends were hyping her up in comments. Yes, Queen, get that back. He owed you anyway. Mad respect for the power move. Meanwhile, my credit card companies were conducting their own investigations. Amex's fraud team was particularly thorough. They pulled security footage from stores, traced IP addresses for online purchases, documented shipping addresses. The investigator assigned to my case, Janet, called me. Janet, sir, I need to confirm. You did not authorize any of these purchases? Me? Correct. She admitted via text to stealing my information and maxing out the cards. Janet, we see that. We also see she posted photos wearing items purchased with your card while stating you didn't consent. That's unique. Then Veronica escalated. Started getting texts from unknown numbers. Your ex says you financially abused her. Karma. Imagine being so petty you report your girl for shopping, LOL. Small D energy FR. She'd rallied her friend group to harass me. Whatever. Forwarded everything to Detective Morrison. Thursday came to knock on her door. Got a call from Veronica at 10 p.m. From jail. Veronica, sobbing. What did you do? Me. You asked me to sue you. I did you one better. Veronica, this is insane. They arrested me at work. In front of everyone. Me. You committed fraud. In writing. What did you expect? Veronica, I expected you to be a man about it. Not run to the cops like a B asterisk 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 asterisk. Me. You literally told me to take legal action. Veronica, I was joking. Obviously. Me. Jokes don't usually involve stealing $32,000. Veronica, you're really going to ruin my life over shopping? Me. You ruined your own life. I just reported it. Veronica, I hate you. My parents had to put up their house for bail. I need you to drop the charges now. Me. That's not how criminal charges work. The state presses charges, not me. Veronica, then tell them you lied. Me. So commit another crime? Pass. Veronica, I'll pay you back. Me. With what? My own money. She started crying. Guard told her time was up. Phone cut off. Update 2. Veronica's entitlement has reached levels I didn't think were possible. This woman really thought she could crime her way out of consequences for her crimes. First, her bail was set at $50,000. Her parents had to put up their house as collateral. Her dad, Roberto, called me the day after she got out. Roberto, listen, son, I know my daughter did wrong, but this is excessive. Me, she stole $32,000 and committed identity theft. Roberto, she was hurt. You cheated on her. Me, what? No, she cheated on me. With her trainer. I have the texts where she admitted it. Roberto, long pause. She said you cheated. Me, she lied. Like she's lying about the fraud being a joke. Roberto, can we work something out? Man to man. Me, your daughter committed multiple felonies against me. Man to man, teach her accountability. Roberto, you're really going to send her to prison? Me, she sent herself to prison the moment she typed that confession. Then came the smear campaign on steroids. Veronica went full nuclear on social media, but now with a persecution complex. When your abusive ex has you arrested for standing up for yourself, crying face. Facing prison because I took back what was mine. This is what happens when you date a narcissist. Need lawyer recommendations. My ex is trying to destroy me for leaving him. Her friend started a GoFundMe. Help Veronica fight her abuser. They raised $500. But here's the beautiful part. The prosecutor, AITA Jennifer Huang, called me. AITA Huang, your ex is making our case even stronger. She's admitting to the crimes online while claiming they're justified. Me, she's not the brightest. AITA Huang. She also just violated her bail conditions by contacting you through third parties. Those harassing messages? We traced them back to her friends, who admitted she asked them to send them. 2 days later, Veronica was back in jail. Bail revoked. Her new jail call was shorter. Veronica, you got my bail revoked. Me, you violated bail conditions. Veronica, I didn't contact you. Me, your flying monkeys did at your request. Same thing legally. Veronica, this is your fault. If you just drop this dash. Me, still not how the law works. Veronica, I'm going to lose my job. Me, probably should have thought of that before committing fraud. Veronica, do you know what they're charging me with? 5 counts of identity theft, wire fraud, grand larceny. Me, sounds accurate. Veronica, I could get 10 years. Me, yep. Veronica, help me. Me, help yourself. Get a lawyer. Stop talking about the case online. Veronica, you're such a dash. I hung up. Her mom, Diane, then started calling. Daily. Sometimes multiple times. Diane, she's my baby. You're destroying her future. Me, she destroyed her own future. Diane, over some shopping? You got your money back from the cards. Me, that doesn't make fraud legal. Diane, she was planning to pay you back. Me, when? How? She texted me saying she didn't care. Diane, you know how young girls are. All talk. Me, she's 27. She's not a young girl. She's a grown woman who committed felonies. The best part? The credit card companies are also pressing charges, and they don't mess around. Amex is pursuing her for the full amount plus damages. Chase is doing the same. These companies have better lawyers than she could ever afford. Then I found out through mutual friends that Veronica had done this before. Her ex before me, Kyle, reached out. Kyle, dude, I heard what happened. She did similar to me, but only for like $3,000. I just ate the cost because I didn't want drama. Me, well, she escalated to $32,000 with me. Kyle, Jesus. I have texts where she bragged about it to me back then. Want them for your case. Me, send everything to Detective Morrison. Turns out Veronica has a pattern. This wasn't a crime of passion. It was escalation of previous behavior. Update 3. The preliminary hearing was yesterday. Veronica showed up in a suit that was definitely from the fraud shopping spree. I recognized it from her Instagram posts. The prosecutor did too. Her public defender looked exhausted before things even started. Apparently, Veronica had been demanding they argue this was a civil matter between lovers, not criminal. The lawyer had to explain repeatedly that written confession to fraud makes it extremely criminal. The prosecution presented her text confession, screenshots of her social media posts bragging about the fraud, security footage of her using my cards, the shipping records to her address, bank records showing the purchases, my phone records showing I was at work when purchases were made across town, statements from 5 of her friends admitting she asked them to harass me, Kyle's text showing previous similar behavior. Veronica's defense? It was a joke taken out of context, and he gave me permission to use the cards when we dated. The judge, an older woman who looked like she'd seen everything, actually laughed. Judge, Ms. Reeves, you texted him saying you maxed out his cards without permission and told him to sue you. How is that out of context? Veronica, I was being sarcastic. Judge, sarcastic fraud is still fraud. Bail was set $100,000 this time. Her parents couldn't swing it. She's been in jail since. But the real entertainment came from her social media accounts, now run by her friend Brittany. Injustice. Veronica is being held as a political prisoner because she's a strong woman. Political prisoner. For credit card fraud. I can't. The system protects abusive men. Free Veronica. If you've ever been victimized by narcissist ex, please donate to Veronica's legal fund. The GoFundMe is now at $1,200. Her legal fees will be around $50,000 minimum. Then came the calls from jail. She's allowed 1 free call a day. Guess who she calls? Not her parents. Not her friends. Me. Every single day. I stopped accepting them after day 3, but the voicemails are gold. You're probably happy I'm in here with these animals. I have to share a cell with a woman who killed someone. Are you happy? I got fired. My career is over. I hope you're satisfied. Brittany says you're dating someone new already. Of course you are. This was all to get rid of me, wasn't it? I'll forgive you if you just drop this now. But yesterday's voicemail was different. Crying. Broken. They're offering me a plea deal. 2 years in prison. 2 years, Ryan. Or risk trial and get 10. My lawyer says I should take it. This is real. This is actually happening. Please, I'm begging you. Tell them something. Anything. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I took the money. I'm sorry about Jake, the trainer. I'm sorry for everything. Please don't let me go to prison. Please. For a split second, felt a tiny bit bad. Then remembered she cheated on me. Stole $32,000. Committed identity theft. Tried to destroy my reputation. Had her friends harass me. Never showed remorse until facing consequences. The AITA called this morning. AITA Huang. She's taking the plea. 2 years, 3 years probation, full restitution to the credit card companies, and she has to register the conviction for any future financial employment. Me. So it's over. AITA Huang. Unless she's stupid enough to go to trial. Knowing Veronica? 50-50 chance she rejects the plea thinking she can convince a jury she was joking. Final update. She took it to trial. Against her lawyer's advice, against the prosecutor's warnings, against basic common sense. Veronica rejected the plea deal and demanded a jury trial. Her reasoning? No jury will convict a woman for shopping with an ex's credit card. The trial lasted 3 days. It was the most surreal experience of my life. Veronica had somehow convinced her parents to hire a private attorney with their retirement savings. This lawyer, Martin Kellerman, was actually decent. His strategy? Paint her as a young woman scorned who made an impulsive mistake. Problem was, his client kept sabotaging him. During prosecution's opening, Veronica was making faces and shaking her head. Judge warned her twice. When I testified, she actually yelled out, "Liar," when I explained finding the charges. Judge threatened contempt. The evidence was overwhelming. Her confession text blown up on screen. Instagram posts where she literally thanked me for involuntarily buying her things. Security footage of her using my cards while laughing on her phone. Bank records showing purchases across 3 days, planned and deliberate. Her friend Brittany reluctantly testifying, under subpoena, that Veronica had bragged about ruining me financially. But the nail in the coffin? Veronica insisted on testifying. Against her lawyer's desperate advice, she took the stand. It was a disaster. Prosecutor, did you send this text saying you maxed out Mr. Thompson's credit cards? Veronica, yes, but dash. Prosecutor, did you have permission to use those cards? Veronica, we dated for 2 years. He never minded before. Prosecutor, that wasn't my question. In April, when you made these purchases, did you have permission? Veronica, he owed me. Prosecutor, for what? Veronica, emotional damage, time wasted, pain and suffering. Prosecutor, are you a court? Can you unilaterally decide compensation for emotional damage? Veronica, I just took what was fair. Prosecutor, you took $32,000. You think that's fair for a breakup? Veronica, he cheated. Me, sitting in gallery what? Judge, Mr. Thompson, please remain quiet. Prosecutor, do you have evidence of cheating? Veronica, no, but I know. Prosecutor, you know? Like you knew it was legal to max out his cards. Her lawyer had his head in his hands. On cross, her own attorney tried damage control. Kellerman, Veronica, were you emotional when you sent those texts? Veronica, no, I was celebrating. I was finally getting payback. Kellerman, visibly dying inside. No further questions. Jury deliberated for 2 hours. Guilty on all counts. 4 counts of identity theft. 3 counts of wire fraud. 2 counts of grand larceny. 1 count of harassment. Sentencing was 2 weeks later. The judge, same woman from preliminary hearing, was not amused by the trial. Judge, Ms. Reeves, you were offered a generous plea deal of 2 years. You rejected it, showed zero remorse, and committed perjury on the stand, claiming Mr. Thompson cheated when evidence showed you were the unfaithful party. You've wasted this court's time and taxpayer money. I sentence you to 5 years in state prison, followed by 5 years probation. You will pay full restitution to all financial institutions involved. Veronica fainted. Actually fainted. Her parents were sobbing. Her mom screamed at me. Are you happy? You destroyed her. Yeah, I'm happy. Not because she's going to prison, but because justice was served. The aftermath. Her mugshot was posted on the local news website. Someone, not me, genuinely, found it and posted it in our alumni Facebook group with the caption, "Remember Veronica from class of 16? She's famous now." Faced with tears of joy, she became a meme in our social circle. People started using her mugshot as a reaction image for bad decisions. The best part? Last week, my buddy showed me her friend Brittany's Tinder profile. She'd updated it with a photo of her and Veronica at some club. Someone had commented on the picture, "Is that the credit card fraud girl?" Brittany had replied, "She was set up. My friend matched with her just to send. Fraud is a choice, not a setup, then unmatched." As for me, the credit card companies reversed all charges. My credit took a temporary hit but recovered. I changed all my passwords, got a credit monitoring service, and learned a valuable lesson about who to trust with personal information. Veronica reports to prison next month. She tried calling me one last time last week. I actually answered, "Veronica, I hope you're happy. I lost everything. Me, you threw everything away the moment you stole from me. Veronica, it was just money. Me, it was a felony. Multiple felonies. Veronica, you could have just let it go. Me, you could have just not committed fraud. Veronica, I'll never forgive you for this. Me, I'm not asking for forgiveness. You asked me to sue you. I just overachieved. Veronica, this isn't what I meant. Me, should have been more specific. She hung up. Her story serves as a warning in my company's security training now, anonymized, of course. This is why we never share financial information, even with partners. The moral of the story? When someone commits crimes against you and literally texts you a confession telling you to take legal action, believe them. Take that action. And never, ever underestimate the entitlement of someone who thinks consequences don't apply to them. Veronica learned the hard way that they do.